It's Daybreak on Arise News, and it's time for the press preview. A first look of the top pages, top headlines as they arrive. And we kickstart with this day newspaper. And this says here, February 26, APC Convention. All eyes on these men. That's a picture of Kashim Ibrahim Imam, Tanko Al-Makura of Nasarawa, Abdullahi Adamu, and Senator George Akume. And also there's a picture there, the rice revolution. The president and his members, the government, unveiled what he calls the world's biggest rice pyramid. And Buhari says prices of rice and other food items will crash soon. Rice importation from Thailand has dropped by 99.83%. That's according to figures from the central bank. And there's more. Presidency. Buhari has broken jinx of presidents enriching themselves. And that's on page 42.
And here's the front page of the Punch, leading with APC zoning chairmanship seat to North Central, lists Southeast for secretary, South to get deputy chair. Says we're confident of winning 2023 elections, and that's according to Buni. Committee concludes other positions today, confirms February 26 convention date. The leading photograph for the paper this morning, contrasting views from the Southeast as IPOB sit at home grounds the region, while the other pictures are from Kanu's trial yesterday here in the nation's capital, Abuja.
Let's move on now. Let's take a look at The Nation. In The Nation newspaper, how governors fall plot to scuttle APC convention. New leaders to be elected February 26. President Buhari's support sealed the date. That's what the politicians are saying. No decision yet on petrol subsidy removal. That's according to the Senate President Ahmed Lawan. 2023 coalition begins to lobby for the former President Goodluck Jonathan. Nigeria on food sufficiency path. That's according to President Buhari. And the presidents to get the reworked electoral bill this week. That's coming from the National Assembly.
Well, to foreign papers now. The Prime Minister broadcast his interview at his attempt to excuse his presence at a Downing Street party during the first lockdown. Well, The Guardian describes the interview as disastrous and reports the mood on the Tory backbenchers as hardening against their leader.
And on the front page of The Independent, it's a joyless looking Boris Johnson with his hand on his head as if to say, what have I done this time? No one warned me party was against rules, says man who set the rules.
And the Financial Times leads on Microsoft's $75 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard, the gaming company which makes Call of Duty.
This is the Daily Telegraph. It's Boris Johnson again on it. Plan B to be scrapped as Prime Minister faces plot from rebel MPs.
And the Daily Mail exposed the pork pie plot to topple Prime Minister as the cabinet will agree to axe Plan B curbs today. And
the I paper, Tory plotters in talks to topple Boris Johnson.
Let's bring in Emmanuel Bello for the review of this front pages. Good to see you again, Emmanuel, this morning. The APC seems to be getting its acts together. I mean, every morning for the past couple of days, you've been talking about the contrast between the PDP and the APC. The PDP seems to have gotten its act right. We have the ruling party trying to get everything in order. Well, we do have a day. Finally, it's February 26 for the convention of the ruling party in Nigeria. Emmanuel, is everything settled?
No, Adeswa, not everything is settled. They don't have a venue yet. Everything is in, but there's no venue. Well, that was what the chairman was saying yesterday. No one was clear about the venue, but yes, some progress made from last week where the needle has shifted a bit. Now there's a date, of course, and then there's the month of February, then the date itself. So, social 26 is the magic day on Saturday. But so many other issues within the party itself are still dealing with all sort of crises. Already they have the issue of whether it's going to be an elective convention, or is going to be one that will be decided by some form of consensus. Remember that Ojuzo Kalu was worried that if the party goes for elections, probably they're going to have all sorts of issues, considering the crisis that they're having in the states. The APC has a whole lot of crises in states after their congresses in those states. So some people are still worried that these things might react, but the governors seem to be together on this, and they are holding themselves together, and the result is what you're seeing. A date is out. Of course, the contenders too are out. There are about 10 of them. I think anyone picking the This Day newspaper this morning, we have his morning worth beautifully outlined the strength and weaknesses of the contenders. It's an interesting read, each one of them, down to the lifestyle of some of them, as the reporters were reporting on them. We help maybe the readers to understand the sort of people that are planning to take over the party. Very interesting outline there from the This Day.
Still in this day, Emmanuel, right above the title is La Juan saying the National Assembly will rework and pass the electoral bill back to the president today. That's on page 8. The electoral body, INEC, has been complaining about the delay, and now we're getting this from the National Assembly. Should we keep our fingers crossed for today, hoping that before the end of this week, someone will assent to the bill?
Yeah, you know, the lawmakers are taking advantage of that little window that the president opened during those televised network interviews, when he was talking about the fact that, yes, he could give that bill a second look if some amendments were done on them. So they are taking full advantage of that to say, okay, let's rework some of the aspects of this and send back to the president. So, and that's what the Senate president is talking about. And now all eyes on them, on the lawmakers, to see how they can get that done. Both chambers have spoken so glowingly about the fact that they are still revisiting it. All hope is not lost. And this is the latest on that. And so we'll be watching keenly this week to see what kind of document they are sending to the president, and what Nigerians are getting. But it's very important that they get this, they wrap it up, because it's the basis on which those elections, coming elections, will even happen.
And Emmanuel, staying with this day, I mean, the leading photograph is from the event yesterday, the unveiling of the mega rice pyramid in the nation's capital, Abuja. And of course, the president saying the price of rice and other food items to crash soon. He was assuring Nigerians. The PDP, however, mocked the federal government and the APC for unveiling what they call pyramid of lies. Your thoughts?
Well, I don't know why the PDP is calling it the pyramid of rice. There were pyramids, but of course, yes, they are not the original kind of pyramids that you used to have, like in Dala, where you have those granite pyramids, because that was a depot for granules. This is artificial at best. This, well, a showcasing of what a government program can achieve. I think what the president or the government was trying to say was that, look, we can achieve something out of almost the crisis around the issue. And of course, the CBN. So whether you like this government or not, it's a showcase of what it's planning to do. Some people will say, well, it looks as if there's some action going on. But a lot of other people will also say that, look, what's going on? And I think part of it was the misinformation, or rather, the lack of proper information around those parties. Some people thought that what you have there were actual rice, bags of rice to be sent to homes and cooked immediately. But these are parties that will be sent to meals to be done. But of course, that's the work the CBN is supposed to do, and to, the CBN governor was doing his best yesterday, Mayfele, to explain what this is all about, that we bought this from the farmers that took our loans, and we're going to send them to the mills. And maybe with the hope that if they do that, they will crash the prices of rice, especially, and then go on to wheat and other foodstuff. Beating his chest yesterday, the CBN governor said that the importation of rice from Thailand has actually even dropped. that can be fact-checked by us in the newsrooms, but generally the president is so happy with all this, saying that, look, the prices of food will crash. A lot of Nigerians are, just like all these other statements, watching keenly to see how he's able to pull that off, whether it is the issue of security or food security, as the case may be. But the president seemed to be very happy with those pyramids, and some Nigerians very skeptical too about what they could be.
Well, let's move on now to the Nation newspaper, Emmanuel. This one here says 2023 coalition begins lobby for Jonathan. That's the former president, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. I wonder if you heard the rumors, and I wonder what you make of it, that the former president is making a play for the top job, that's for the presidency again, but this time on the platform of the APC. If you recall, the PDP had a big event some weeks ago, and the former president was noticeably absent.
Well, like you say, the rumor has been around for quite a while now, that some form of comeback gimmick is in place for, and you know that if you look at all the throughout the years before now, the former president and this president seem to enjoy some form of relationship. We see again and again pictures of them holding hands, even with Buhari sending him most of the time on some foreign assignments. So you begin to ask yourself what's really going on, and then with a story like this saying that group are already rooting for him. Some have even said that it's the way of the APC saying, look, the South side should complete its 8-year mandate since all the other zones have done some form of, apart from the Southeast, have done some 8 years run into it. So it's largely in the space of the man himself has not said anything about his ambition, and we'll have to push him to get his own mind on that. But for now, we have to make do with stories like this, with groups rooting for someone that they believe is a true. And Jonathan himself has actually caught himself a great image of being a Democrat, someone who accepted to concede an election, held almost all over the world, and especially going on missions in Africa, democratic missions. So someone that is seen to be someone that can, of course, people have critique his handling of the government, of the economy. But some people see him as a mild, character, someone that can actually take on the thorny crisis of a nation. So, but yes, they're largely in the realms of rumor. We have not heard from the man himself, and whether he's really going to run and on what platform.
Well, Emmanuel, let's quickly talk about Boris Johnson. And yesterday he had an interview which The Guardian is describing as disastrous, as it says no one warned him it was going to be breaking the COVID-19 rules during the first lockdown in 2020. But that's not the only problem. Conservative MPs are now plotting openly on how to oust their leader and who should succeed him. This is happening as we await the inquiry results, or the communication from Sue Gray, who is leading the investigation into these many parties or alleged parties at Downing Street during COVID-19. What are your thoughts? Do you think Boris Johnson has had the very last? Can he survive this one?
He was asked this yesterday whether he can get over this or he can survive it. They say it's because the interviewer was like asking him, look, we are probably going to keep your job, but can you really recover from this? And from these pictures, these images you are seeing on these newspapers, with the president putting his hand in his head, cutting a very forlorn look and almost dejected, almost ashamed of himself. You wonder how he's going to actually go through all of this and survive. But of course, everyone keeps waiting for the Sue Gray report, this one, like you put it. I don't know how much of that will save this prime minister. He has practically admitted to almost all the accusations. So I don't know what we're going to see in these reports. I don't know why he's making such a bone of it. But of course, the other MPs also saying they are cautiously waiting for this report to know the direction to take. But we're seeing a president, a prime minister that is going down almost every other day. An apology didn't do, and he keeps apologizing. If you watch him yesterday, it was almost pathetic. Kept saying he's sorry, he did not know, he's really sorry about this, but probably not many people buying it.
Emmanuel, we're very appreciative of your time this morning. Thanks for joining us on the Press Preview.